I love technology. In fact, the small company is the biggest benefactor. It's your competitive edge, because so many things can be bought selectively and do things with technology that can help your company that bigger companies just have to make huge investments in, and so they lag in a lot of cases. But technology's changed our society. My favorite thing to do is I go in a restaurant and I walk to the restroom and I'll see a couple and they're sitting on the same side of the booth together and they're both on their phones, and I just have to say, are you two texting each other? Because people don't look each other in the eye. They don't communicate like they used to. And I challenge you in your business, in yourself in particular, use email, use texting, use social media. That's a given, you have to. But when you're doing business with people, and it's important, I will tell you that being able to look someone in the eye is so different. I like to tell the story that we had a woman who's a very good banker, and we had a proposal with a company that I knew the owners and had known them for many years before. And in fact, I could see their offices from my office. And I said, Gene, there's 11 things here we're really talking about, and 6 of them, I don't care. These 5, I'm not giving on these 3, and I'd really like these 2. So I want you to set up an appointment and go see this couple and sit down and look them in the eye and watch them. Because when you're looking at someone, you can tell, we're all taught this is not a good look. On the phone, you can't tell that. In fact, I'm notorious for putting the phone on mute and go, or doing whatever. We do those kind of crazy things. But you can't see that on the phone unless they yell. I didn't realize until right after I spent years of my secretary printing off emails, and I would dictate a response or I would write a response and then she'd send it back. And then finally I came into the 21st century and did my own, and I love email. And I like texting. You'll see me at the break probably texting. The point is that I sent an email in all capitals because I was so angry, and if you put any inappropriate language in it, it went to IT, HR, and to me as a CEO. So I wasn't going to do that. So I sent an associate, I sent her, actually the head of IT, an email in capitals once. And her office was maybe 200 feet away. She was in my office like that. And I said, Kim, what are you doing here? And she goes, well, Shaun, I could tell by your email you were upset. I said, how did you tell right off the bat? She goes, because it was in capitals. But you can't see that unless you're looking at them. Well, a few hours go by and Jean comes in and says, Shaun, here's where we are. And I looked, and she had sent them an email and said, here's the 11 things. These are the 6 we'll give on. These are the 5 that are important. I said, that's not negotiating. That's not serving our best interest. So what you need to challenge yourself to do and your associates is at the right time, look people in the eye. There are times it's worth getting on a plane and going across the country. There's even using a Zoom call is better than making a phone call if there's important points to cover, because you can see those expressions. We would send people out with 6 versions of a commitment letter. They were 4 pages. The back 3 pages were the same in all of them. It was boilerplate language and signatures and things like that. But the front page were different pricing or different terms. And we would train our people to ask the customer what they would pay. 4 out of 5 times, they would say a number that was within the range, and we would have a price that we could use that was better. It was great. And we could say, you know what, that's exactly what we're thinking. Here's your commitment. And it was higher than our lowest virtually all the time. Now, if they said something crazy, like, they want to pay next to nothing, in our business, it was interest rates. And I would say, you know what, 3%, no problem. We'll do it just like my sister in her pawn shop business, 3% a month. Well, then they laugh, and then you're talking. But you can have that conversation. You can have that dialogue. You can read that situation when you're able to look at the other person. And that's a cultural thing that I challenge you to do, is to set the example of, this is important, we want to know, and so we're going to devote the time to get the result.